So welcome back to my channel. Test servers back up, and that means a chance to have a quick look at some of the new developments that are coming in our next patch. Now sadly we don't appear to have the new Swedish premium tank yet. I was hoping that it might be there on the test server, so I could have a play with it and have a look at it and show you what it looked like, but it doesn't appear to be there. However, if you go on the Wargaming forum, sorry, World of Tanks forum, there is a section for comments on the various bits they've changed on this test server, or in this patch, and there is a section for the Swedish tanks. So I don't know whether that means they're going to do a little micro update later on and put the tank in or what, but it's not there now, which is a real shame. So I was hoping when I went in here in Tech Tree we'd see the Swedish, but no. Or just the one Swedish would have been fine. So a couple of things before we go look a bit more detail in this. There's some really nice things that they've done. They can see they have amended. Oh, let me just put all my tanks back in. Here you go. So last time round they changed the selection thing, so you could filter your tanks by various parameters, which is great. They've now instigated a carousel, a 2-level carousel. So if you've got a lot of tanks like I have, you no need to, previously you could only get this by using a mod. Now it's going to be part of the game, which is great. And it seems to be something they're doing is removing the need for mods. So you had the changes to the mini map, so you could see the view ranges that previously you hadn't had. Now the filtering process, all this sort of stuff used to be only available as a mod. Now it's here in game as standard. A couple of other things on this front page. There's a direct access to the premium shop if you so require it, which is a good move, I guess. It's an easier way to spend our money, so there you go. Good old Wargaming, thank you for thinking of that. I'm assuming it will link through to the appropriate shop. At the moment, if I click on that, I go through to the Russian shop. I think I do. So other things you've got here, nice options. I like this. So in here you've got your progress on your normal tank missions. So the various there we go, available for completion. So where I am on the T55A missions, for instance, I just click on here. It instantly shows that there's no fiddling around up here. You can still get to it that way, but it's not necessary. The other thing, which isn't actually active at the moment because there aren't any missions selected, so if there's a particular mission for a particular tank, that will be another drop-down option there, which again I think is a really good change in the game. Let me just go back to randoms because I was looking at I just was playing a game on the new Paris map. So other things coming into the game, they have, which I actually think is a fantastically good move. Well, it is and it isn't. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the game that there is a lot of toxicity in the game. So one of the things they have done is disable the cross-team battle chat. So no longer will you be able to talk to the enemy team. And they've done that for a couple of reasons, as I understand. Well, one, to stop the abuse and the shouting that goes on between teams. The other one is to stop the situation when somebody's on your team has been feeling hard done by because nobody helped his precious little self, and they start to tell the enemy where your tanks are. So they won't be able to do that anymore. So that's good. However, I think on the other thing, it's kind of nice sometimes to be able to say well done to the enemy team. Not many people do it, it's true, but on occasion when someone's had a real blinder, I'll say congrats or well done. So yeah, I think it's the nature of multiplayer games. Unfortunately, there's so much toxicity. I can see why they've done it, and it is what it is. So you won't have the ability to talk to the enemy team except in training battles. So there you go. You can also only complain about your another player only once in the game, in the battle. So there's no using all your 10 threats. Now I don't know that they ever actually do anything. I'd be very interested if anybody's actually experienced people being banned or given been told off for whatever, for all those sort of complaints that people place, because most often people are, they're saying somebody's using some Autobot or something like that when then they're not, and they're just whatever. So so you can only complain once in each battle. So that's kind of interesting stuff. There's a whole raft of new HD models. I won't go into that because there's people, you can go and look that up if you want. Rita's Stasis blog talks that through quite a lot. There's changes to the battle itself. Now maybe we're going to have a look at that properly to see what to show that off. There's changes to the sounds, so particularly in the higher end games, improvement to the gunfire. So for tiers 8, 9 and 10, improvements there. There's new sounds for reloading of cartridges. Apparently there's changes to when you receive damage, so it's clearer when you've received higher amounts of damage than previously. So new sounds for when you have engines knocked out, so the engine starts clanking and making a lot of noise, which is interesting. Different sounds for different modules, I believe, so that's interesting as well. What else? Yeah, and also, as you saw in an earlier video I posted, there's the new Paris map, and the Paris map was one of those maps which is very long awaited. It was going to be introduced at the last patch, and in the end they decided not to because it timed with the atrocities in Paris and the mass killings there, and people felt it was quite rightly, I think, inappropriate to launch a battlefield on a Paris street map. So anyway, let's go and load up something heavy, because then we can test out some of these changes that there are in the game. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I haven't because I can, I'm just going to unlock the Type 4 heavy in the real game. On the test server you can buy anything you like, really, so that's what we'll do. Let's go and have a look at that in Garrett. Oh, what's this? Oh, looks like you can, oh, that's an interesting, so I can compare two tanks. Huh, how does that work there? Oh, I see, there's a little star thing here. Look. So compare that. Oh, what does that do then? Yeah, there we go. Oh, it is a comparison, so go compare, go compare. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's interesting. So now you can look at the different stats of your tanks and see where their strengths are and weaknesses are. Huh, I didn't see that coming. Wow, I think that's a really neat thing. Wargaming are doing a really good job of improving the mechanics of this game. The basic stuff, the stuff that you kind of, it's a nice to have. So you can see here, you can look at the different turret speeds. That's very interesting. I like the look of that. Let's shut that down. Oop. How do I get rid of them? Okay, there. Right. Oh, clear list. That would be it. Done. Well done. Anyway, we were about to take out the Japanese super obese Type 4. Let's just put some equipment on. Let's put. Oh, we need to do a bit of research. Bear with. Tracks. Yeah, we need that. Buy that. Buy that. Oops. Buy that. Buy the big gun. There we go. Huh. Right, I could unlock the Type 5, but I'm just about to unlock this thing in the real game. So what do we want in terms of firepower? Let's get some premium, because I don't know what we're doing here. Actually, the premium doesn't give much, does it? So let's get some of those and a few more of those. We're going to put large repair kit, large first aid kit, and we better have a fire extinguisher, because I don't know whether this thing burns. Baby, burns. Equipment. Actually, let's do just a force of habit. Change that over. Right. Yes, thank you. Equipment wise, well, it's a big ass gun, so we obviously need a gun rammer. What's the aim time on this badass gun? Aim time 2.9, rate of fire slow, pen is okay. Maybe we'll have... We're going to go super spool liner because any kind of Japanese obese tank is an artilleryman's wet dream, and we'll go to vertical stabs because vertical stabs is plus gives you 20% bonus on when you're reacquiring target, so that's got to be good. Let's go and have a look, see what we can see changes wise on the map. Now test server can be a funny old beastie. You can get some really weird stuff go on here. Obviously it's peoples from Russia, from the US, from Europe, all in a nice melting pot of joy and happiness. So the mini-map in the middle there has changed as well. So we're on Derpenberg. Yeah, it has a lot. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to reduce the size. It's a bit on the big side at the moment. There we go. I want to be able to see out of the tank. So last patch they changed the mini-maps that are on the bottom right-hand side, and they improved the sort of clarity of them. They've done it again. They've made it even more clear. Now, as I understand it, it's fairly obvious now where places are that you can drown in water. I'm not sure I can see the difference, but apparently there is. Oh, this thing's a badass slow tank. Oof, gosh. Wow. I didn't realise quite how slow this thing is. Got some Russian chat, because it's largely the Russians that play on the test server. A few lag issues, it's a bit wobbly at the moment, but hey ho. I'm not really here to play a massive game, I just like to be able to try out some of the mechanics of the game. Whoa! Oh, that's gonna scratch. More time to reload though. I think the guy is seriously unimpressed with the accuracy of my Japanese gun. There's a super Pershing at the back there. Can we hit him as well? Tracked him. And you can see at the bottom of when I fired that shot, we got a notification saying that tracks have been destroyed, which is kind of interesting. So that again, no need for mods, it will tell you. Come on, I won't hurt you much. I haven't got any sixth sense on this tank, as you saw I just literally unlocked it just to try it out. So, but the good thing is there isn't any RT, so that's kind of satisfying. So I noticed much difference on the gun there. Somebody got him. So you've got the changes to the gun sounds. You've got the changes to the mini map. You've got the changes to the notification of damage, all of which I think is great. Oh, don't come in my way. Oh, and there's a change there. Do you see I got hit by that super Pershing? It's telling me the direction it came from and how much damage was inflicted. That's an interesting variation. And there you go, blocked again. Now we're going to pen him from here, but what the hell? Huh. I like what they've done. I really do. I think they've helped a lot in the improvement of the game. So no 4 bounced. Bounced. Yeah, look at that. So damage telling me what's blocked. It even seems to give me a total damage blocked option, which is nice. Oh, we've got somebody behind us. Goodbye. No idea whether I hit him. Doubt it. Doesn't really matter, it's a test server after all. Okay, it's like that, is it? I'm not going to bother using a repair kit. So it looks like there's a lot of things that previously would be mods and they are not anymore, and that's kind of good. I like that. Being hit by an RU-251 in the rear. Got him. I think I'm going to enjoy this tank. Oh, that wasn't so nice. Someone put me on fire. Ah, got me. Stood still too long. Oh, so he came around the back. Okay. So anyway, you can see instantly the changes that are happening on the map. So you've got the mini-map improvement. You can see that's a lot clearer even now than it was before. You've got the changes to your own tank damage. So you can see where your tracks get knocked out. It's much clearer. You can see that the damage count is there. Is not, because I'm not on my tank. Let's go back to my tank if I can. There you go. It tells me how much damage I've inflicted, how much damage I've blocked, and what's the other one? Is that assistance? I think it might do. So down by my type 4 heavy box on the left hand side, you can see the green figure 1843. So I'm assuming that's the amount of damage I've caused. The next one down, 2260, is the amount of damage blocked, and 556, that must be assistance damage. Also tells me who killed me, so if I want to vendetta I can go with him. And there you go. Hats off Wargaming. I think the improvements I've seen so far in this, just in this first game, I think make a lot of difference and make a huge improvement to the game. Huge improvement to the game. This guy in the 704 is clearly a good player. he's fighting off everybody. He's got 5 kills. See whether he can get. Let's see if he can wrap it up. It's kind of a problem, I think. Scorpion's been seen. So Borsig's coming one way, Scorpion the other. One of them should be able to get him. He's on pretty low health. Who's going to get the shot? Yeah, he's coming in. Ah, well done. Good job, Mr. Scorpion. I guess the 704 had to try and push it, because if he'd waited he would have been surrounded. So, and it's only the test account, so who cares? So any changes here that I can see? Doesn't look like it. And that looks all the same. There you go. So there you go. Quick look at the test server. Really was hoping that there would be the Swedish tanks, or at least the Swedish premium, but there isn't. So that's a shame. I was hoping I could bring you a game showing that off to its full glory. You can see my quick look at the Paris, new Paris map by clicking on this link here, and have a look there and play with that. And I'll keep looking at the test server and see what else there is to have a look at and what's fun. So I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the changes that we've seen so far in the test server. I think you'll agree they look very positive, so hats off. Well done, Wargaming, really pleased. Makes a big difference, improving the game. And it's what they said last year when they had the fiasco with the Rubicon patch. They said that they were going to focus more on game improvements and mechanics improvements before they kind of went crazy with new tanks. Now they've sort of gone crazy with tanks that are all premiums, but they've certainly lived up to what they said they were going to do with the improvements to the tanks themselves, so to the game mechanics themselves. So hats off. Let me know what you think. Have you been on the test server yet? I would certainly recommend it, particularly if you're planning to work your way down a particular tank line. It's well worth going on the test server and trying out that tank line to see whether you like it, see what you're going to do next, whether you bother pushing that line or whether you go somewhere else. Try out some of the tanks you haven't got to yet. See whether, if you're a light tank driver and you haven't really worked any heavy tanks, go and play some heavy tanks. It doesn't affect your record, it doesn't take anything out of your account at all. It's a completely separate thing. So you see at the top of the screen you've got all this gold and free XP and credits, and that's all yours to spend. It's not going to go anywhere after this. It doesn't come off your account, so yeah, just have some fun, have a blast. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like, and if you haven't already done so, so putting his teeth back in, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for everyone who has done so. It really is lovely when you do, because you have no idea the sort of joy you get, childish joy you get when you start doing these videos just for the fun, because that's what I did it. Still do it just for the sheer fun of it. And each time you see more and more people looking at them, more and more people subscribing to the channel. Yeah, it's a good feeling. So thanks for boosting my ego. Gamer Dom, see you again soon. Have fun, enjoy your games. Remember, it is just for fun, it's not for real. And I'll see you again soon. Gamer Dom out.